Hi everybody, welcome back to my channel. It is Color Me Badland, back with a Q&A. I want to come on and answer a few questions on some emails that I have received. They are a bit personal, so I'll do my best to answer them. I'm a really private person, so I will do the best that I can to answer them professionally without being or coming off rude. I do want to share my fragrance of the evening, but before I get into that, I want to welcome you back to my channel. Welcome back. Glad to have you. All right. And for those, if this is your first time seeing any of my videos, welcome and thank you. And I hope that you hear or see something that you like and that will want you to come back again and again and again. All right. So let's get into it. The fragrance that I want to share with you guys, which is my fragrance of the evening, is an absolute gorgeous fragrance. Here is the bottle. Okay. And this particular fragrance, hopefully you guys can see that. Let me lift it up a little bit so you can see it. This is A Touch of Oud perfume. And this fragrance is actually for men and women. So it can go both ways. It's unisex. This comes from the house of Swiss Arabian. This was made and created for smoky dates and special events. This fragrance is crisp. It's clean, it's fresh, it's aromatic. It is a bit smoky, so if you're not a fan of smoky, this may be a fragrance that you may not be interested in. But this fragrance is absolutely gorgeous. And of course, you well know, if you've seen any of my videos before and you've heard me talk about my fragrances or fragrances in general, I like to play around with my fragrances. And so today what I did was I wanted to sweeten it up a little bit. So what I did was I layered it with Ariana Grande's Cloud. It made an absolute beautiful combination. Absolutely gorgeous. So again, I layered this with Ariana Grande's Cloud, and I came up with a beautiful medley of smoky, spicy, citrusy, with a gourmand marshmallowy creamy fragrance. It is absolutely gorgeous. All right, so in just a moment we'll go in and we'll take a spray and I'll tell you what I smell and why I love this fragrance so much. So let's get started with our Q&A. Okay, I have a few questions that I want to answer, and so let's get into it. First of all, I want to thank all of the questions that have come in so far. And I really appreciate the love. I really appreciate them, and I'm excited to come on and do this. So the first question I have is, color me, what's the best trip you've ever been on? And this question came from Jessica. I won't say any last names, but Jessica wanted to know, what's the best trip that Color Me has ever been on? Jessica, I don't care to disclose that information at this time. I have two trips. I'll say this. I have two trips that I've been on that are both my favorites. One in the country and one out. And both of them were all expense paid trips. I don't want to disclose the locations, but they were absolutely amazing trips. Absolutely. And so I'll come back on and share that information at a later date, but I'm just not ready to talk about that just yet. I'll send you a private message and tell you that, Jessica. Thank you for your question. Okay. The next question comes from Jim. Hi, Jim. If you're watching, color me. What made you start a YouTube channel? Thank you for your question, Jim. Nothing made me start the YouTube channel. I have been inspired by many YouTube creators. I will say that. Again, I love all things beauty. I am a professional. I'm a professional cosmetologist. I love all things beauty, fashion, anything that has to do with beautification and making others feel good. And I have a lot of knowledge in the beauty field, and so I wanted to share it. And because I've been at home for so long and not working because my son's at home, he was at home virtual learning, I'm used to talking all day long and exchanging information with my clients and coworkers. And so I haven't been able to do that. And so I have been doing a lot of writing, a lot of studying, and again, a lot of video watching. I'm not a huge reader. I am a writer. And I'll come on and share. I have a book coming out, so I'll share that information once everything is ready to go. But yeah, so I've been spending a lot of time getting in touch with myself. At one point, maybe about 3 years ago, I was a caregiver for my mother. And anyone that knows anything about being a caregiver, you are last on the list when it comes to taking care of oneself. So I have 2 children, and then I had my mother. And so I kind of put myself on the back burner, and I wasn't taking care of myself the way that I should have been. I just didn't have the time to do it. And by the time it came around in each day for me, I chose to get rest, because you can't stand up on your feet all day if you're not well rested. You can't hone your craft if you're not well rested. You definitely can't raise children properly if you're not well rested. And then to care for and have someone's life in your hands and health takes a great toll on your mind and your body. And so by the time it came around for me to take care of me, time out, game's over, next day. So this has given me an opportunity to kind of get back in touch with me. Some of the gifts and talents that I have been sitting on for many, many years. And some things that I've been afraid to actually just get out there and step out on faith and just start doing and working on. Because not so much a fear of failure, but fear of myself, fear of what people would think or perceive me as. And it came to me one day that if people are going to like you, they're going to like you anyway, okay? If people get offended by who you are as a person and the things that you have to share, then the message isn't for them. And so I just decided to go for it and just give from what I have been given back. And this is a great way to get started. It has no cost to it, and I already have everything I need to do it. So why not? Okay, everything is here and here. And so I hope that what I have to give is conveyed onto the videos that I record and I publish. And so again, nothing made me start the YouTube channel. I have always been I've been a performer since I was a little kid. I'm just extremely shy. I've been a talker since I was a little kid, since I started talking. I'm just really shy and very private. I'm what you would call a recluse. I like to spend a lot of time alone. That's how I think. That's how I process things. That's where my creativity comes from. If you have a lot of distractions around you, how can you create? And so it's given me an opportunity to get back in touch with all of those things that have been inside of me since I was born. So I just thought, hey, I see a lot of other people doing it, and I'm like, I can get in there and let's go. And so that's what made me. It really didn't make me. That's what motivated me to become a YouTube creator. And I am so happy to be doing this. This is something that I have wanted to do. I love to share, and I love to provide information and give wisdom to people. And I'm not always right. Nobody is. But if I can touch one person, per video, I'm doing my job and walking in the purpose that God has placed for me. So let's take a break from our questions. We have one more to answer, but I want to take a little bit of a pause for the cause and go ahead and delve into my fragrance of the evening so I can tell you guys what I think about this fragrance. And again, I'm already wearing this, but I want to come on and give you a little bit of information about it. So I'm going to spray the cap a little bit, and I'm going to show you guys the spray. It's absolutely gorgeous. You see that? Beautiful, beautiful fragrance. Beautiful spray. The bottle is absolutely gorgeous. So that's first spray out. You get a little bit of they don't state that there's a mintiness to it, but it does have oregano and pimento in the opening of this fragrance. Some people may say pimento, oregano. Yes. Anything that is fragrant, whether it's a spice or an herb or a leaf, anything that is a living organism has a fragrance. Everything. And so that's where a lot of the notes from fragrances are extracted from everything. Okay, everything. So again, the first sniff, we get a little bit of pimento, oregano, and a little citrusy. So that's what we get on our opening. I love this. This fragrance is gorgeous. And it's funny because I would have never thought that I would like a fragrance like this. And when I tell you that it lasts 12 plus hours, I think I stated on another video that I uploaded recently that I like to spray fragrances at night after my shower or bath before I go to bed. And that way, when I wake up in the morning, whether or not I can still smell that fragrance, what it smells like when I wake up tells me everything I need to know about a fragrance. So yeah, and this fragrance lasts. I don't sleep for 12 hours, of course. I don't sleep a whole lot. I like to take naps if I can get a nap in. I take better naps than I do sleep at night because I get up so early in the morning and I'm a night owl. So, that doesn't leave a whole lot of room for sleeping. Okay. So my next question comes from, I have 4 here, but I want to just do like 3. We'll just do 3 so you guys don't get too bored with me. Let's see. From Carol. Hi, Carol. If you're watching or if you check this video out, how are you? Thank you for your question. What is a deal breaker when talking, dating, or getting to know someone? Ooh. I normally don't like to use the term deal breaker because that seems so harsh. It's kind of a do or die type of a mentality. If you do this, I don't want to be with you. Or if you say this, I don't want to be with you. Or if you believe in this, we can't be together. That's not a very open-hearted, open-minded way to approach dating and getting to know someone for a potential life partner. I will start with this. I'm not a dater. I am the type of person that if I meet someone, I'll take a minute to try and get to know them a little bit. And if the compatibility doesn't go past physical attraction, I'll cut it off. Because I've got to know that I have to be safe. I have to be safe. My personal information, I have to feel that that's safe. My children, my grandchildren, I have to feel like they will be safe. around you. You know, my honor. If I feel like you won't protect my honor and me as a person, then I would rather cut it off than to continue, because it's you can't get past that. And so what I answered this question with, Carol, was evil behavior. Okay, and there are a lot of things that fall under that category for me. And I'm not a real picky person, but there are things that I look for in a potential mate. The first thing is that, you know, do you believe in God? You know, what is your relationship with God? Who do you call God? You know, and then we get into some other things that, you know, because you do look for commonalities in people too. The two opposites attract, but at the same time, you want to make sure that you're going to be a good fit for somebody. You know what I mean? So, you know, I may be strong in one area and that he may be strong in another area, total opposite. But when you come together, it brings harmony and balance. And that's what you can see that right away. If a person doesn't treat you well in the very beginning of you starting to talk to them and date them, you know it's not gonna work. If they, you know, if they don't treat you right, you can't go anywhere with that. You can't teach a person, especially an adult, how to treat another human being, especially a female, a woman. So typically, if I see those types of traits in a person, I try to cut it off, you know, because I'm a lover and I'm a really romantic person. So if I like you, I like you. You know what I mean? And I'm a very kind-hearted person. And so if I let someone into my circle or into my life, even if it's temporary, if I see any signs of, you know, someone who likes to give their love and take it back, like an Indian giver, that one I can't do. And then also, you know, just that protection and honor. If a person doesn't have those qualities and characteristics, I try to cut it off. Because once you fall in love, you know, love is blind, and you will overlook those things, and you'll end up in an entanglement that you can't get out of. And so, yes, spiritually first. You know, that's the first attachment. And so we have to be careful with that. So for me, evil behavior. And I'm not perfect. You know, I don't proclaim to be perfect. No one is. But if you don't like me, then you can't go in. You know, when somebody, you can be with somebody and be physically attracted to them and them not like you. And so if a person doesn't like you and have the characteristics to initially protect you, protect your honor, protect who you are as a person, then yeah, no, that's what I would call a deal breaker. I don't like to use that term, but that's where I would cut it off. And sometimes I give people the benefit of the doubt longer than they deserve it. And that's only because, again, we're not perfect. Everybody has good and bad days. Sometimes we set off triggers in people. We may be having a long conversation about something, and you may say something, or they may say something that triggers something that has happened in your past, and you just go to the left or the right on that person, and then you lose them in certain ways, and then you may come back together and talk it out or whatever. But yeah, no. If you don't treat me right and you don't like me as a person for who I am initially, then yeah, we can't, it won't go far. It won't go far. Okay? Hopefully I answered that question without talking to, I'm a talker. So, you know, I'm not an empty thoughted person. I like to talk and express. So hopefully, Carol, I answered your question. Okay? And like I said, I have 4 questions. I wanted to come on and answer 4, but I don't want to keep you all too long. We can always come back and do this again. I'm excited because I keep getting questions sent to me. Those had nothing to do with beauty, but they did have something to do, a little bit to do with love and romance. And so there you have it. So I want to thank you. I think Jessica, I try to memorize the names. The only name I wrote down was Carol. So thank you all for your questions. I really do appreciate you. I value you and your time. Hopefully I didn't take too much of your time, but I just wanted to come on and do a quick Q&A because these questions have been waiting to be answered for 2 weeks. And so I don't want to let them lag too long and seem as if I'm ignoring you, because I am not. I am very, very grateful that you care enough to even ask. Okay, so let's go back into our fragrance of the evening and I'll tell you what else I smell. So yeah, this has got a citrusy note to it. And they said that this fragrance is for men and women, and I could see where a gentleman could wear this fragrance and it would smell absolutely amazing on him as well. And that is why I use something to layer it with, because it is it's a little bit on the masculine side, but because of the aromatic factor of this fragrance, you can wear this fragrance and it's still bearable as a woman. But I wanted to smell something a little bit lighter, and so I went with that coupling of that Ariana Grande's Cloud. Big shout out. That's a beautiful fragrance, and it's very affordable. But yes, so that's what I smell in this fragrance. This fragrance also has amber in it, and it also has myrrh. And I am a lover of myrrh, frankincense, incense, fragrances that have sage in them, because of the healing component. Oregano, pimento, I love those spicy herbs and plants that are added in to give that fragrance that extra oomph. And so yes, I highly, highly recommend this fragrance. Let me show you all the bottle again in case you're interested in adding a beautiful fragrance to your collection. A smoky agarwood leather patchouli fragrance. I love fragrances with that smoke and amber and leather factor, especially for fall and winter. But this is light enough and airy enough where you can wear it in the spring or summer. And that's why I chose this. I've been gravitated towards this fragrance quite a bit for the last week or so. And so I just automatically, let me spray this. So I really like this fragrance, moving into a love fragrance. So yes, definitely Swiss Arabian. Give them a try, you all. Every fragrance that I own, every fragrance I've ever tried of their fragrances, I absolutely love. All right. So I hope I haven't kept you all too long. Again, I want to thank you for your time. Thank you for watching my videos. Make sure that if you like this video, hit the like button. Make sure that you hit that notification bell so that you can be reminded each and every time I upload a new video. And make sure you check out some other videos. They'll make you laugh, I promise. If they don't make you laugh, they'll make you smile. They might make you cry, but as long as we draw an emotion and we get you thinking and learning, and comment below so we can engage with one another. I would love to hear from you. If you own this fragrance, if you have any questions of me, please feel free to comment below. I prefer emails if you have personal questions. That way I can kind of cipher through them. And so, yes, respectfully so. So I want to thank you all again. All right. I appreciate your time. This is Color Me Bad Lynn signing off. Bye for now. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel. It'll be down in here somewhere. All right. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. And God bless.